It seems like we are happy, but what people don't even know is that he cheated on me. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Music and Vibes Podcast. I'm your host, Keana W. Mitchell. Guys, today we are going to do something a little different. And I thought about it, and I debated whether we should still do this or not, and I decided that we're just going to go ahead and do this today. Now, we are in Season 5, yay, of the podcast, and we are in Episode 2. And I had an episode that was going to be amazing, that we were going to talk about gifts and Christmas and all of these wonderful things. And I'm still going to do that episode, but you're going to have to wait until the 23rd of December before you hear that episode. Yep, you're just going to have to wait. Because I was thinking, I've noticed that this year has been unexpected for a lot of us. Everybody I know, we had major things planned for 2020, and we were going around like, this is our year. This is going to be our year. And for me, it turned out to be a good year because I'm able to work from home. I was able to spend time with my kids and my family and do a lot of the things I wanted to do. And I see that things are really moving in the right direction for me. So I had a good year. Even with all the ups and downs, I had a good year. I even have learned, I'm getting better, I should say, at mixing, mastering. I've learned how to do my own hair, my kids' hair. So it hasn't been a waste for me. It's been a pretty good year. But for a lot of people, they've dealt with a lot of things. Like, people have gone through financial issues. People have lost their jobs. People who had good careers now see that they are no longer able to work. Christmas, for some people, is going to be difficult. And a lot of things are going on. And I just think that being part of the human race and as one big family, we need to pay attention to what other people are going through. So I do have an episode about Christmas and the gifts and all the good, fun things that you want to hear about during Christmas. But today, we are going to talk about holiday depression. So last year, around this time, I also did an episode of the podcast about holiday depression, and it talked about things to look out for, how to help people, and if you are experiencing this yourself, what you can do to get through this time of year. And I just feel that this is something that we need to talk about again this year, 2020, today. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to let you hear an older episode of the podcast because I just feel that even though it was last year, it's still relevant today. And it's still important that we talk about it, because the last thing I would want for anybody or any of you, myself included, is to go through this season all happy and joyous and someone else is feeling bad. And what I mean by that is I just want us to be a little, just to make sure we pay attention to people around us. Family, friends, check up on them, reach out to them. And if they're going through a difficult time, let's see what we can do to help them through that process. And in order to do that, we have to be aware of holiday depression. And I'm not saying this to bring your season down or anything like that, but we're here to help other people. And so if you see someone who's depressed during this time, I would love for us to do something and pay it forward and be able to reach out to someone. And it doesn't have to be much. You can call them, maybe buy them a little gift card, just do something special for them. We can't invite over because of coronavirus, but just do something special and pay attention to those people who are going through a difficult time and may not want you to know about it or may try to hide it. But just because we're happy doesn't mean everyone else is having a great time or a great experience. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I was going to take out the first part of the episode, but you know what? It's kind of reminiscent of where I am now. Last year, I was further ahead and had my gifts done by this time. I'm still buying stuff, so I don't have all my gifts together like I did last year. But, I just thought it would be good for us to hear something last year when things were quote-unquote normal. We were going out doing stuff, and we didn't have the coronavirus or anything else. So I'm going to let you listen to all of last year's episode from the part where I'm talking until when it goes into the part about holiday depression. So we're going to talk all about that. So I hope you enjoy it, but we are going to listen to an episode from last year on holiday depression. And I think it was called Feel the Snow, and it talked about holiday depression. So guys, listen to that. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that it's informative and beneficial, and so that you can help somebody else. And if you are experiencing holiday depression, I want you to know you are not alone. It's a thing because it's real. We have holiday depression because people go through that. We have seasonal depression because people go through that. And if you're going through that, I want you to know that you are not alone and that there is help out there for you. All right, so guys, hope you enjoyed that episode. And I'll meet up with you at the end of this podcast and we'll talk some more. All right, bye. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Music and Vibes. I'm your host, Keana W. Mitchell. Well, how are you guys doing today? I haven't talked to you in it feels like forever. Okay, it's only been a week since we missed the last podcast, but I'm just going to be honest, it feels like I have not spoken to you in years. So, I hope that all is going well in your life and with your family. I hope you're having an amazing week because this is a great week, actually. We have 2 more weeks and then we have Christmas. So I hope you're having a great week. I hope you got your Christmas shopping done. I just hope things are going good for you. I know that I have had an amazing and a wonderful week so far, and I'm very excited that I have managed to finish all of my kids' Christmas shopping. Yeah, I don't know about you, but for some reason, it takes me a long time to get my kids gifts. It's easy for me to figure out what my husband wants. He usually just wants money. So, that's easy to do. My stepdaughter and my stepson, they're older now, so they just want money. But it's like the kids, they just want stuff. And sometimes they want stuff that they see, or they want stuff they saw in the store, or they want things that their friends have. They just want so many things. And the crazy thing about it is they want a lot of things, but I don't think they really know what they want, because when I ask them, hey, what do you want for Christmas? They'll have a list and an idea about things. And I'm looking at this list they're not even going to like this. One of my daughters wanted a Baby Alive. She's 13. We went through that whole Baby Alive thing last year. Last year, they really tricked me because they were like, Mom, we want a toy. We want a doll for Christmas because we get one every single year. Now, granted, at the time, they were 12, 11, and 9. So I was like, okay, what doll do you want? They're like, we want a Baby Alive, because I kind of spoiled them. And ever since they were young, 2, 3, 4, I have been buying them Baby Alives every year. So they wanted to keep the tradition alive. So they wanted a Baby Alive. So I got it for them. And you know what they did? They opened it. They were semi-excited. They played with it once, and then they did not play with it again. I look at the Baby Alives now. They're laying around the house, clothes are dirty, hair matted. They have not used or played with them. So it's difficult to shop for my kids. So what I did this year is I just told them, listen, I want a general idea of what you guys want. I also told them we are not buying any dolls, no doll houses, no toys, because even though they think they may want those things, I know from experience that when you buy them those things, they don't even play with them. So what is the point? So I just said, no toys, no dolls. You can pick electronics, whatever you want. But you cannot pick a doll. Definitely not a Baby Alive doll. I am done. We are not doing that again this year. So what we did was they gave me a list of things that they wanted. And from that list, I picked what I thought they may like. Now, that was the easy part. I went, got it online. And it was awesome because they did have some stuff in the store. And what I typically do is I don't wait to do Christmas shopping until after Thanksgiving. So usually after Thanksgiving, I'll go to Walmart and I'll put a whole bunch of stuff on layaway that I know they want. And I never intend on buying it. I just do this because I want to make sure that if for some reason I can't find it online at a price that I'm willing to pay, that I have it backed up and I can just go pick it up. So I went, put their stuff on layaway. Then that same day, I went home and I looked online for all the different deals that they had. And to my surprise, they had so many great deals. So they were able to get a lot of things they wanted for half the price of what I would normally pay at any given time. So then, of course, I did have to go back to Walmart and cancel the layaway. But it was fine because that's just always my backup plan. I want to know that if I cannot find something, or if it seems impossible for me to get it, that I have it. I just like to know that I have it, and that I can buy it if I wanted to, but I always try to find it cheaper because I think that's the point. Why would I spend a whole bunch of money on something I can get cheaper? And it's the same quality, so I prefer to go shopping online. So the Friday after Thanksgiving, I went and I got all the stuff online that I thought I wanted and that the girls wanted. So I'm done with that. Right now, I'm just waiting for things to come in. So you know how it is. You keep looking outside to see if your boxes have come, or you have to go to the store to pick it up. So right now, for the next, how many days we have? It's what is this? It's 11th, 25th. We have 14 days, I think.
If I'm wrong about how many days we have, please don't go by me. I'm bad with math. You can use your calculator and figure it out. But I would say that we have like 2 weeks before Christmas. So during this time, one of my daughters, all her stuff is coming. So I am done getting Dawson stuff. She is good. I'm waiting for a couple of things for Kennedy. Yeah, I think 2 things for Kennedy. One thing for two. I'm waiting for 2 things for Kennedy to come in and 2 things for Megan to come in. But one thing for my niece to come in. But after we finish with that, we are done. So I'm excited how this is working out. Now that part is over, the hard part for me is keeping it a secret. I mean, how many parents out there who are listening have a hard time keeping it a secret from your kids? I mean, I know that these are things that they're really going to love and they're going to want. So for me to have to keep quiet about it for 25 days because I did my shopping on the 30th. The 30th. So for me to have to keep quiet about it, because I forgot this, the 31st, so it's 26 days actually. So to keep quiet about this for 26 days is killing me. Like, I have come so close to almost telling them their Christmas gifts. It's ridiculous. And I'm just like, no, I'm not going to tell. Because every year, without fail, I always have to return a gift or tell my kids that, never mind, I'm not going to get you that, because I tell them the gift that they got. And then it's no fun for kids once they know what all their gifts are. And I used to laugh because my stepson, he used to be the worst about telling secrets about gifts. And I'd be like, Micah, stop it. Don't tell. And it was an ongoing joke where Kristen, my stepdaughter, and I, we would never tell Micah anything. He'd be like, so what you going to get Dad for his birthday? We'd be like, nothing. We knew we couldn't tell him because he would just go run to my husband and be like, Dad, I'm not going to tell you what you're going to get for your birthday. And we're just like, really, Micah? Why? And so I find that I've turned into quote unquote Micah. Like, I will tell my kids their gifts because I'm just so excited. I'd be like, guess who didn't get you whatever? And they're like, Mom, we know you got it. I'm like, crap, I should have said that. I told them. So yeah, I'm having a hard time over here keeping my mouth shut about the Christmas gifts. And I think out of the 7 that they had at first, I told them 2. So they only have 5 gifts to open. Because I actually gave it to them too. All right, I know, like, what's the point? But I did. I gave them 2 of their gifts. So now that that is out of the way, and I've confessed that I've told my kids 2 of their gifts, and I've given it to them, the ones that are like the biggest and the ones that they really want, I managed to keep a secret. So yay for me. And I'm just waiting for the next 2 weeks to fly by so that I can let them open their gifts. And I won't have to stress myself out about not telling them. I'm terrible at secrets when it comes to gifts. Like, I will tell you in a heartbeat what I bought you just because I'm so excited that you got it. So I'm holding out and I'm taking my mind off of it by doing other things. So yay for me. So I guess my question is, how many of you have this problem? And if you have this problem, what do you do to stop yourself from telling your kids what you got them from Christmas? I really need to know. So could someone please head over to the Music and Vibes Facebook page, message me, and tell me what you do not to tell your kids the gifts they got. Tell me how you keep secrets about what you got your kids for Christmas. And I need you to do this. Please, please help me out. We have 2 more weeks, and I've got to keep this a secret. I cannot tell them what they got. So I need you to go to Facebook right now, message me, and let me know what you do to help yourself keep secrets. Please let me know. I would love to hear from you. I need to hear from you. I've got to find out what you guys do to keep secrets so I don't tell my kids the rest of their gifts for Christmas. All right. So I can't wait to hear from you. And whatever advice you give me, I will definitely be happy to have. Thanks in advance. And just head over to Facebook. And the Facebook page is Music and Vibes. And let me know what you guys do to keep secrets from your kids. All right. Can't wait to hear from you. Today on the podcast, I would like to talk about holiday depression and what to do about it if you or your partner is dealing with this type of depression. Now, for most of us, the holiday seasons are a time of fun and joy. It's usually a chance to spend time with your family and friends, go to holiday parties, and do all types of fun activities. I absolutely love, 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 love. Oh, did I mention that I love the holiday season? It is one of my favorite times of the year. But you probably have already figured out just by listening to this, because that's all I've been talking about on the podcast at the beginning. Anyway, I love the holidays, and many people are just like me, and they love the holiday season. I guess the thing, if I had to pick something that I like the most about the holiday season, it would be like the atmosphere, because there's an atmosphere of kindness and friendliness during the holiday times. Um, Food is good, so yeah, the food. I like the food. I also like the beautiful colors, because you see so many houses that are decorated with all the festive colors. I like the wreaths on the door. I love the stockings because they're so fun and interactive. I love the Christmas tree. I like watching my kids decorate it because I don't like to do that part of it. But I do like to go with them to buy the tree. But there are so many things that I love about the holidays. There's also a time in the holidays where it just seems peaceful for me. You know, it's just like it's a chance that I can be myself, have fun, look at gifts. You know, it's just fun. And the thing that is nice here in Alabama is that a lot of the people are nice here to begin with. I'm just going to say they are friendly, they speak. But during the holiday season, they seem to be a little nicer and more friendly during this time of the year. And this is one of the things that I love about this time of the year. Now, the majority of people are happy, and there is such excitement in the air until you cannot help but be happy and filled with goodwill. Now, even though the holidays are one of my favorite times of the year, I do recognize that the holiday season can be a difficult time for some people. There are many reasons why the holiday season may not be a good time of the year for some people. Maybe they've experienced a death in the family, or recently lost their job, or someone could have died like during the holiday season, maybe like during Thanksgiving or during Christmas. That could be a reason why they're not happy right now. Or they could have lost their job. And you know, if you don't have a job or money, it can be stressful at any time of the year, but especially during the holiday season. Maybe they've gone through a divorce or breakup. Maybe they're experiencing issues in their family. Maybe their family can't even make it for the holidays. They could be in the military, deployed. There are so many reasons why people aren't happy during this time of the year. I can't even explain them all. I don't even know what they all are. But what I do know is that the holiday season is not a time of joy for everyone. I remember, I think it was in 2013, my family and I, we went through a rough holiday season that was not so joyous. That was the year my mom died. She died like a week before Thanksgiving. In addition to that, my husband and I were going through a difficult time in our marriage. We're having financial problems. So just imagine that. If this was any other time of the year, it would be bad. But especially during the holiday season, it was a struggle. And we did not enjoy this time. It was very hard for us to be happy because we were going through so much. And so trying to be happy and pretending to be happy was not something that was easy to do. So I get it. I understand how sometimes the holiday seasons can be a sad time instead of being a time of joy. And I understand that also during this time it could be a time of sadness and loneliness instead of a time of being with friends and family. Just recently, I came across this article, and it talked about a term called holiday depression. Now, I'm just going to be honest, okay? I've never heard of this before. Like, seriously, I haven't, which is amazing. But because I read so much, but I have not heard of holiday depression. So when I saw this, I was like, oh wow, I didn't even know it existed. But now that I do, and I am aware, I think it's something that we should talk about, because if you're like me, you probably didn't think about that during the holidays there could be a thing called holiday depression, because in our minds holidays are happy. So just to know that there are some people out there who are going through these symptoms or who could be experiencing holiday depression, for me it's sad, and I think we should talk about it. Now, here are some of the symptoms of holiday depression. The person may experience feelings of sadness or loneliness. They may even experience feelings of anger and restlessness. So why are people finding themselves so sad and depressed during the holiday season? Well, aside from the reasons that we've already discussed, the holiday season can be a stressful time of the year. Let's just be honest. Think about it. You have so many more demands placed on you during the holiday season, and you may not have during the rest of the year. Between going to dinners, parties, getting gifts, trying to make things perfect, trying to make memories for family. It's easy for people to become overwhelmed during this time of the year. And it's also easy to see how you can get stressed during the holiday season. In fact, believe it or not, the holiday season can not only be a stressful time for people, but it can also be a time where people find themselves unable to cope with all of the added demands that the holiday season brings. For example, if your husband does not want to go with you to the Christmas party at your job, maybe he's not being difficult or antisocial or, as some people might think, a jerk, but maybe he's just feeling overwhelmed and just need a night home so he can like regroup, relax, and get things, get himself together, have some time to like wind down. Or if your wife is upset that once again you guys have to have the whole family come over for Christmas dinner, maybe she's not being anti-family, or maybe she doesn't have anything against your family. Maybe she's just asking for help. Maybe it's just overwhelming for her and she needs your help. Maybe her venting and being angry about it is her way of letting you know that one, this is not something she can keep doing because it's stressful and she's unable to do this because of the stress and all the extra demands. Or maybe it's her way of asking you for help. It could be both. But I think during this time we have to consider that during this time of the year it could be stressful and people have a hard time dealing with this. Now, the holiday season can also be stressful in relationships as well. And it could be because we do not know the signs of holiday depression or understand how to support our partners during this time. Now, I know you are wondering what can be done to help people cope with holiday depression. And I'm glad you asked, because here are some ways to help you deal with the holiday depression if you're experiencing this, or if you know someone who's experiencing this. If your spouse or significant other is experiencing this is what you need to know to help them get through this time. Now, I just want to say, if a loved one has died, don't deny yourself the right or the opportunity to grieve just because it's the holiday season. I don't care. It is the holidays, but you need to take some time to grieve and give yourself the time and the space to do it. Whatever it is that's making you sad or depressed during the holiday season, I want to encourage you right now to take the time to acknowledge and feel your feelings. And I'm just going to say, it's okay to feel sad. I don't know why we think sometimes as a society that you have to be happy all the time. No, that's not how it works. We have a range of emotions. They're not always happy. They're not always sad. There's emotions that are in between. And we can even see this with emojis, like the mad face and all the different emojis. We have a lot of emotions, and it's okay to experience them. And so just because it's the holiday season, do not let that stop you from grieving. Do not let that stop you from crying. Do not let that stop you from feeling your pain. Feel it, acknowledge it, own it, because this is the only way that you can heal and get past and get to a better place. It takes feeling your pain, feeling your emotions, and acknowledging what you're dealing with and going through before you can actually heal. So, take the time to acknowledge your feelings. The next thing that you can do is reach out to people during this time. Do not isolate yourself from people that care about you and that love you. Reach out to them, spend time with them. This is important because they can offer you the support and companionship that you're going to need during this time. And you can also spend some time volunteering in your community. Believe it or not, volunteering can help lift your spirits and help you get involved in something positive and let you feel like you're involved in something bigger than you. Another thing you can do is to be realistic. Understand your feelings and then try to find new ways to enjoy the holiday season based on where you are and how you are feeling and what's going on in your life. For example, if you have experienced a death in your family or the death of a loved one, it might help you to take something that they love to do during the holiday season, like maybe something they like doing at Christmas or Thanksgiving, and then make it a part of your family tradition. You can even give a donation in their name each year to their favorite charity. Whatever you do, just try to still incorporate them into your holiday season. So even though they're not here, you can still have a part of them here with you, and they can become a part of your holiday tradition even though they're no longer here. It's important during this time also, because I know a lot of people have issues and they feel stressed because they're going to people's houses. They may not like some people in their family. And guys, please don't sit here and look at me like, what is she talking about? I don't know what Keana's talking about. You know what I'm talking about. We do not like everybody in our family. We probably hang out with them because you can't choose your family. You choose your friends, you're stuck with family. So, if you have those type of family members that you have a grievance with, I am going to encourage you to set it aside during this time of the year and understand that your family member, friend, or spouse could be experiencing some of the same holiday stresses and challenges that you may be feeling, and just accept them the way they are. So, husband, wife, if y'all are fighting, mad at each other, hate each other, whatever, and you don't hate each other. So, but if you're upset and having an argument, put it aside during the holidays. It's a time for fun, it's a time for joy. You have a lifetime to be together, and there'll be plenty of times to have arguments. Because you know what I've noticed? Unless it's a serious issue, most couples fight about the silliest things. Like wrapping paper, how to put the toilet paper on, not drinking juice out of the container. We fight about stupid stuff. And I guess it's because we're together all the time. We live together. We've been married for a long time. We fight about ridiculous things. So if you are in that category of fighting with your spouse about ridiculous things, put it aside. This is not the time. And enjoy each other's company, enjoy each other, and just accept them for who they are. And you will find that you will enjoy the holiday season a lot better. Now, if you are having more serious marital issues, I would suggest you do see a counselor so that they can help you work these things out in marriage counseling. Another thing that stresses people out is not having a lot of money during the holiday season. And it's fine. None of us are rich. And throughout some point in our lives, we'll either have a lot of money, enough money, or not enough. So, whatever category you're in right now, when you enjoy the holidays, you don't always have to have tons of money. So if you don't have a lot of money right now, you guys could do like a Secret Santa. You can make gifts. It can still be a fun time that the family will enjoy, regardless of how much money you may or may not have. And I also want to encourage you, because this is what I did this year, stick to a budget. This will help to alleviate a lot of stress from you during the holidays if you're able to stick to a budget. Another thing you can do is plan ahead. Now, planning ahead helps because you don't feel overwhelmed. And that's a feeling a lot of people have, which contributes to holiday depression. When you plan ahead, you kind of know, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to spend money on this, we're going to spend money on that. So when you plan ahead of time, you kind of give your mind room to grasp what you're going to do. And I know for me personally, it always helps me when I know in advance what's going to happen, especially when it comes to the holiday season. When I don't have a clue, when I'm just running to the store buying stuff, or people just drop by unexpectedly, it literally throws me. But if I know, okay, these people are coming over, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to have, it helps me out a lot because it's not stressful because I plan for it, I know, and it's easier. Especially when it comes to money. Like if I know how much we're spending on Christmas gifts and we stick to that, I feel so much better instead of the feeling I normally get, like when I just run to the store, buy a whole bunch of crap, or even if it's stuff my kids want, if I'm just buying like a whole bunch of it and not checking out my prices, not seeing how much I spend, then I feel like buyer's remorse, and I do feel depressed. I'm like, oh my goodness, I spent all this money, still have bills to pay, and you don't want that during the holidays. You want to be fun. You want it to be a time of fun. You want it to be stress-free. So plan ahead. When you plan ahead, it helps a lot. Another thing I want to tell you is learn how to say no. There are so many things going on. There are parties and things at church and all kind of stuff. But at some point, you have to learn how to say no. For example, I know with me, during the holiday season, at my church, I sing with a lot of different groups at my church. And we have like programs a lot. And so, in particular this week, we have a program on Saturday. And at our church, all the groups will come and sing and put on a Christmas program. So I had rehearsal last night. I have a rehearsal tonight. I have to sing somewhere with another group I sing with tomorrow. My daughter has practice tonight for her band concert. In addition to me having my rehearsal, Friday she does have her band concert, and then on Saturday we have to sing. And I'm supposed to have another rehearsal on Friday, which I've already let them know I could not attend because there's no way I can attend that rehearsal and be at my daughter's band concert. And then Saturday evening, there are a lot of things happening. My church has a meeting, have a leadership conference that I should probably attend. I'm supposed to attend. There's also a play that some of the people in the praise team that I sang with, they're in and they want me to attend that. And then my husband also has to go to work, and we have one car, so he needs to use that. There are a lot of things happening. But if you learn how to say no, then you don't have so many obligations. Like, I know for a fact I'm probably not going to be able to go to the play, so I'm going to have to say no to that. I'm not going to be able to stay for the leadership conference because that's just too much to do. And with all the activity that we had this week, and also the activities we had this week, it's probably better for me just to relax, take a breather, and not overextend myself by staying at all these different things and then take my husband to work and come back and go to all these things. One person can't do it, so I'm just gonna have to say no to a couple of things on the list of things that people want me to do or that I should be going to. So that is what you need to do. If you're like me and you have so many things going on in your life, you have to say no, because if you do not say no, you will find yourself burnt out and stressed, which contributes to what? Yeah, holiday depression. So learn how to say no. And there are nice ways you can say no. You can just explain, well, no, I can't come this time. Thank you so much for inviting me, but we've had a busy week or whatever. Just be nice about it. But you can say no. So many people think if you say no, you're being mean. No, that is not what's happening. Saying no is liberating, okay? Let me just tell you, you don't always have to say yes. And saying no does not mean you're a mean person, doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't even mean that you are being mean and unkind. You're just saying, no, I cannot do this at this point in time because of my other obligations. And that is fine. And you know what? Most people will understand why you can't go or do something. So learn how to say no. The next thing I want to tell you is not to abandon healthy habits. And what I mean by that is, like, if you're used to eating healthy, then don't let that go during the holiday season. You still need to eat healthy because it helps your mind, it helps your body. If you get a certain amount of sleep during the year, during the holidays, don't stop sleeping because of all the extra things you have to do. No, get your sleep. If you are used to going to the gym, don't stop it. Go to the gym. Whatever your healthy habits are, don't let them go, because it's important for you to maintain that routine and that schedule and your health habits so that you don't get overwhelmed and you don't get stressed. And believe me, I know when I am rushing and I neglect to eat healthy, and I usually find myself feeling sluggish, tired, irritable, annoyed, and then of course it leads to feeling upset and frustrated, stressed. And if we're trying to alleviate this, you have to maintain your healthy habits. So do not abandon your healthy habits. The next thing that can be helpful during this time of the year is take a breather. And what do I mean by that? Yeah, just don't do anything. Take an afternoon where you do nothing holiday related, where you can lay down on the couch, you can nap. I love napping, so of course I would put that in there first, but where you can nap or you can watch television, whatever it is that relaxes you, whether it's yoga, singing, writing, baking, whatever it is that relaxes you. Take an afternoon out, maybe a couple afternoons, maybe one afternoon a week. Yeah, let's try that. Just take an afternoon a week and sit down and do something you enjoy. Okay, if you don't have enough time to take a whole afternoon, give yourself an hour or two a week where you just take a breather from the holidays and you sit down and do something that's relaxing to you, that's fun for you, and something to help you just unwind, because that will help lessen your chance of having holiday depression. And finally, I do want to let you know, because see, here's the thing. Holiday depression is a depression people get during the holidays based on circumstances, based on reasons, based on stress or being overwhelmed. However, depression is a whole total different thing. It's not like holiday depression where you can do the tips that I've given you and feel fine. Real depression is different, and you need to get treated or see a psychiatrist about that. So, if you are still experiencing symptoms of depression after the holiday season, then I do encourage you to seek the help of a professional for further help. Or if you know that your depression is brought on not by the holidays but by more serious issues, please seek the help of a professional so that they can help you and so that they can help you get better and they can help you work through some of these things that are making you depressed. All right. Well, guys, I hope this was helpful, and I'm going to try some of it too. I haven't really been feeling depressed or anything because I've stuck to my budget, planned ahead, did all this stuff. But the fact of the matter is, I also have to learn how to say no. I need to take some time to myself and take a breather. And it's easier to say than done. It's easy to talk about it, but it's not as easy to do. So I am going to take my own advice that I'm giving you, and I am going to this week learn to say no and take a breather. All right. So, guys, the song that we're going to listen to today is called Feel the Snow, and it is a Christmas song, which I'm excited about. And it's a song about a woman who is going through a difficult time and is not enjoying the holiday season. So, without further ado, here's the song Feel the Snow.
Snow is falling down and all around me. Everything is warm and filled with glee. Deep inside my heart, I feel the pressure to hide the coldness that I feel from my frozen heart. Is wrong with me. I should be happy. I don't feel like smiling, I just feel like crying. I don't wanna celebrate when my heart is breaking. I don't feel like smiling, I just feel like crying. I don't wanna celebrate when my heart is breaking. Holidays are a time for families to be together, loving each other. But right now I'm not feeling love from you, and each day we grow further apart. Is wrong with me. I should be happy. I don't feel like smiling, I just feel like crying. I don't wanna celebrate when my heart is breaking. I don't feel like smiling, I just feel like crying. I don't wanna celebrate when my heart is breaking. I pretend to smile while tears are falling, trying to be happy when I feel alone. Snow makes you happy, but it brings me despair. Nothing you say can make me feel your tears. I don't feel like smiling, I just feel like crying. I don't wanna celebrate when my heart is breaking. I don't feel like smiling, I just feel like crying. I don't wanna celebrate when my heart is breaking. Snow is falling down and all around me. Everything is warm and filled with glee. Deep inside my heart, I feel the pressure to hide the coldness that I feel from my frozen heart.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode on holiday depression, and I hope that you take the information that you learned today and that you will reach out to someone who may not be having such a good holiday season this year. Before I end the podcast, I would like to say thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I want to also thank our sponsors over there at BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. Now, BetterHelp, they do online counseling, and it's amazing because with everything that's going on, I just think counseling is needed, and so I'm super excited to partner with them to help get you guys the counseling you need. The great thing about BetterHelp is that it is affordable. They do have plans where you can get financial aid. They'll work with you. It's way more cheaper than traditional counseling. They have expertise in things that may not be available in your area. BetterHelp is willing to help you individually. They're willing to help you in your marriage. That's the thing I love about BetterHelp, is that they are willing to work with you as a couple or individually. They are able to be reached anytime. You can text them. You can schedule appointments on the computer, on your site. You can do so many things. And if you reach out to them, it's easy because they will respond to you within 48 hours. They understand life is difficult, life is hard, and they try to be available to you when you need them. So if you guys are in need of any kind of counseling or anything, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. Everyone needs counseling. I've done it before. It's nothing, but I think the important thing is for you to go through this so you can be the better version of yourself that you want to be. So if you guys are interested in getting help from BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, just go look at my show notes, and in the show notes you're going to see a link, and if you press on that link, you will be able to sign up for BetterHelp. And the great thing about it, BetterHelp is offering the listeners of the Music and Vibes podcast 10% off their first month of services. So go over there, go check that out, and you will be pleasantly surprised at what you can get from BetterHelp and how they can help you, and also what you learn about yourself. So go check that out. I also want to ask you guys to share and subscribe. And I say this because we are in the middle of doing a lot of things, and we're changing some things up, adding some new things. And in order for you to be informed, I need you to subscribe to the podcast so that you can get all of the information as soon as it comes out. So that means you won't have to worry about going to the Music and Vibes podcast Facebook page. You can get the information directly to you. So go subscribe, and then after you subscribe, if you have not already, then share it with somebody else. I know you're not the only person who just found out about holiday depression or didn't know it was really a thing. There are lots of people who didn't know. So go share it with a friend or a family member, someone who you think needs this information. Share that with them, so that one by one we can begin to make a change in our community and in our families and in our society. So go subscribe and share. And guys, if you have already subscribed to the podcast, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. And I love you guys. I love what you're doing and everything like that. Now, I know that we are going to start some new things. I'm going to start next week. We're going to start on our Twitch account, and we're going to do what I like to call the after show. Now, the after show is kind of going to be like this. We're going to talk about whatever we talk about on Wednesday, right? And then after we talk about it, anything that we needed to expound upon or talk about or add to, we are going to do that on the after show on Twitch. And the great thing about Twitch is that if you have any questions for me, you can just go to Twitch and just type in your question right there. You don't have to worry about sending me an email or messaging me or sending it to me through a DM on Instagram. You can just be with me in that moment. Type whatever you need to type as I live stream. And I know it's going to be hard at first, but if you ask a question, I will definitely try to answer it. Now, it may take me a minute to get into the hang of reading your questions and responding at the same time. So if there's a pause and it seems like I'm not getting to your question immediately, it's not because I don't see it, and it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because I'm trying to figure out how to interject it in. But no worries, I will interject it in for you, and I will answer your question. So meet me next week on Twitch, and I will give you all the information about that coming up this week on our Facebook page. So I'm going to put that in the show notes too, so you can just have direct access to the Facebook page. And when you go there, like it so you can see what we're doing there. And I know you'll be happy, you'll be surprised. Now, the thing I'm really excited about is the last week before Christmas. Every day that week, I'm going to try to give you guys a gift. And what I'm going to try to do is put out a video of all of the songs that we have heard this month. And we're going to probably be doing lyric videos. So stay tuned. I'll give you more info about that. And maybe I'll do a giveaway or something, get into the Christmas spirit. Anyway, we'll figure it out. But in the meantime, I think that's all I want to tell you guys. If you have any questions for me, you can just go to the Music and Vibes Facebook page. And it's called the Music and Vibes Podcast Facebook page. Just go there, okay? And you can message me or anything, if that's how you choose to get in contact with me, and I will answer, I will respond. Or you can just head right over to Instagram and look at Music and Vibes Podcast. Or I think it's Music and Vibes Podcast or Music and Vibes. Anyway, go there and you will see my page, and then you can also follow me there, and you can interact with me there through DM or in comments or whatever. I'm going to try to put all the social media stuff for you in the show notes. I'm going to try to remember to do that. So you can just click on it and go and see what we're doing. You can also follow me on Spotify, and there's just a lot of places we can connect. But I want to do Twitch because I just feel that that is the way we can connect in the moment and get to know each other. All right, so that's all for me. If you guys have any questions, you can hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, and we can meet up that way and we can talk. And I'm going to put all my social contacts in the show notes. All right, well, I think that's all. Guys, I love you. Enjoyed our time together, and I can't wait to meet with you next week. But until we meet again, bye-bye, and I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.
Looking from the inside out, it seems like we